him, and again, he was third fast qualifier, putting it all together, trying to get that package worked out in the late model. They've got that Super Sport dialed.
The late models work. I've been working with him in normal a little bit. We've been kind of come together more so these last few weeks. He's gonna get it.
Oh, there's no doubt. We know Dan. We
No.
know Dan can drive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's a thinker. He thinks about what he's doing. Holds a good
really
line.
thinks.
Yeah, holds his line, and he doesn't. You don't see him do dumb stuff. Just ahead of him, your teammate Steve Moore in the 21. Wild looking race car. He debuted the new colors game.
Man, isn't it?
That is one of the craziest cars.
But it is a good looking car.
It is.
Yeah, it is. If you pay attention to the detail of his what it's about, it's nice.
I cannot tell you how many fans actually said something to me. Hey, when did Steve get that? That's not a new car. It's a new body and a new wrap. And that thing got some attention. So, yeah, it was cool. And if you haven't seen it, go online, check it out. Steve Moore's new scheme
it's wild.
It's nuts, man. Jeremy Shank pulling double duty. Actually drove his brother-in-law's car. Brady Sell drove the Ford car, and he actually stopped in Jetstream yesterday, and we talked about it. He says, the car's not bad. A little different setup than what Heath used to run in. He couldn't do exactly what he wanted to do with it. Still finished sixth, at Strawberry Cup against a pretty stout field. Bryson James was the first car in the top 5. Joey, you finished 4th, and you started 12th. Let's talk about your car while you're here, because that thing you were working, buddy.
No, it was a good car. It's just, it's tough. That field's tough.
Starting that deep,
and if you draw a 12 and Colin Weinberger draws a 1, good luck.
Yeah. You definitely have to have lady luck on your side. But you passed some really fast cars coming through the field that night, and you, like you said earlier in the program, I watched you use all 3 lines: low, middle, high. Wherever you needed to be, the car worked.
I'm a little disappointed in myself for not going to the top. I didn't know it was there. But, after watching the video and seeing Rob and Colin and Trent all running up there, I'm kind of kicking myself for not going up there earlier and trying to get through traffic. But, the car is really good. Like I said, we finished the race. It's in one piece. We've got a whole lot of season left.
Right.
It can happen.
Right.
Yep.
And talking about Trent Elliott, who finished just ahead of you.
Good run for him.
It was, and I even complimented him in Victory Lane. See, the top 3 cars pull to the wall. That is the best I've ever seen Trent Elliott run on what I would call a smooth racetrack. He's one of those guys that's a specialist on the hammer down, hooked up, ruddy, bumpy stuff where you just got to mash it and manhandle it. For some reason, that's his forte.
525.
Right. Right.
First weekend on it.
And puts him in the top 3. And truly, and I even told him that's probably the best run I've ever seen him have on a smooth track. And his car looked good. He's in the Capital chassis, the Capital race cars. Looked good. Complimented him, and he was pretty happy with that finish.
I bet he was.
I think he was impressed with that 525. Ahead of him, Rob Maya in the new night, a new car, first night in it. Just bought that Black Diamond, running the number 2. Everybody thought Trevor's back.
Yeah.
No, that's Rob.
That's funny because you asked Rob about the number out in the pits on our
I looked at him. I said, "What the heck's going on? Why the deuce?" And he says, "It's a new car. Because it's the number. It was on it when we got it. We just left it.
Thought it looked all right, so we just left it."
Yeah.
Well, that's what I saw him pull the deuce out of the trailer, and I turned to his pit guy and I go, "Is Trevor driving his car?"
That's what everybody
again?
thought.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a nice car.
It is
from Alan Murray out of Texas. Is a good car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's well, I guess that guy bought 2 new cars. Ran 6 races. The one that Rob's got, he ran 2 races and sold it. And I guess Rob got a good deal on it, so he bought it. It's a nice race car.
A brand new car. Well, we'll go buy another one.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
That one's wore out.
Yeah. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then your winner, Colin Weinberger, like Joey just said, when you put him on the front row.
And not
tough.
even on just the front row.
But
he's been fast.
He's been fast all year, and he's been in the Masters build. He that car he's not. See, this is the thing. I had a conversation with somebody. Stopped in here. I'm not gonna say any names. He stopped in here at Jetstream yesterday before Shank was here, and we were talking. They're like, "Man, Colin is so fast in that brand new car." And I looked at him. I said, "Wait a second.
Yeah,
that's not a brand new car. In fact, that car that Colin is in is pretty old by late model standards." If I'm right, and I had a conversation with Colin, I think he said that car's 12 years old.
It's not much newer than his car from last year.
Right.
The only difference is this one's in better shape.
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's not a new car.
Not by any means, especially race car terms. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to say Colin told me, and I might be wrong, but I think he said it was 12 years old. Now, there wasn't a lot of races on that car in those 12 years.
I want to say it's a 2008 or
Okay.
2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that put it, in that
Which
range.
is old.
Yeah, by
But for
race car terms.
late model standards with what we've got going on,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
No,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at your points. Who do you guys? Let's do top 10 on this one. Who do you think's sitting in 10th place with points? And I'll give you this right now. There is a 44-point spread from first to 10th.
Let's see. We're getting a little short on time. Maybe you should not play the guessing game here.
Yeah, start at the bottom and run through this.
Randy Boyd sitting in 10th place with
Okay.
with 111 points.
Okay.
Drew Dybel at 114.
Okay.
Todd Sieg, the one-man gang, sitting in 8th, 118. Dan Dybel,
Okay.
121. Tomas Hunziker,
In what place?
124, 6th place.
6th place, okay.
Breaking into the top 5, Steve Moore with 136.
Right.
4th place, Brian Kronk with 147.
Wow.
3rd, guy sitting in the studio right here, Joey Tanner with 149.
2 points ahead of Brian.
2nd place, Bryson James with 153. 2 points ahead of him in 1st place, Colin Weinbarger.
That's tight in the top 5.
That is.
And anybody
That can go any direction.
I mean, think about
updated,
it.
isn't it? That's updated.
That's as of today.
Yeah. We got those earlier today from Kerry.
So what is that? Joey's 5 points out of first? Is it
6 points out of
6?
first.
Yeah.
You're right there in the hunt, man. You can
Well,
walk
like
out
Joey
with your
said-
first championship.
Like Joey said earlier, you win
gotta win
a
dash, gotta win heat race, and win a main event.
you win
Right back in it.
Yeah.
See, and I think that,
Absolutely.
honestly, then you're going to think, everybody thinks, 4 points, 4 points. I think that's the biggest game changer in the whole points restructure is that trophy dash.
Yeah.
If you don't make trophy dashes and you don't get that 1, 2, 3, or 4 points, that can cost you over the course of a season. That can cost you what it pays to win a feature.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that can be a game. You restructure the points all you want. Adding those little bit of points to the trophy dash, I think that's the biggest game changer in the whole deal.
I like this point structure, and I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like is pill draws.
That's because they don't like you.
I'm not being biased, but I don't like it.
From now on, we'll pull a new fan or a kid
Yeah.
or anybody, or we just won't let Joel do it.
Joey has plenty
Anybody's
of
better than me.
Joey has plenty of fans, and especially the young fans. And I know Joey likes, really races a lot for the kids.
He does.
I'm sure he'll have no trouble getting some kid to come out and
yeah.
draw for him. That'll be fun.
And with your
I
fans,
can't get mad at a kid for drawing me a 12, but I
No,
sure can get
no.
mad at myself.
did
Yep.
you guys see, talking about pill draw, I had the little kid's name was Ryan. I brought him out and I said, now, Ryan, here's what's going to happen. You're going to hold these envelopes. These drivers are going to take them from you, and they're going to open it up. I said, when this is all done, one driver is going to be really, really happy, and 11 are going to be mad. Now, when this is done, just run, okay? He looked at me like, his eyes are big, like, what? What'd you get me into? And I had to calm down a little bit. I mean, it was pretty funny, but he had a good time. It's fun to bring
That's
the kids
cool.
out. And Joey, again, you do well with them, but
He does very well.
Colin Weinbarger, another one of those guys that, you guys put the kids in there. They come down and they put the kids in the car. Hey, put them in there. And,
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Joey's all about that. I know that from going to Antioch with him. We talked
Yeah.
a lot, and and he's all about the kids.
which, by
And
the
that
way,
is so
on,
cool.
on Moxie, these guys will vouch. We got quite a few compliments from the Oregon team, from the California teams about the Oregon guys, and they're looking forward to come up and racing with us. In fact, Googly Monty, I've talked with him on the phone. He's coming.
I can confirm there's 3 cars coming for the Clear Cup.
Yeah. So, and that's
Nice.
cool. That's good. We'll have that. And what's this?
Oh,
They actually
nice.
see. That's
Nice.
pretty cool. But
Hey,
you know,
I've got a question. How much time we got here?
we got about 6 minutes.
Does anybody have any updates on the charity car? Is it going to be okay? Or
I don't
does
know.
anybody know
I know what's going to happen.
what's going to happen with the
Don't
charity
know if I
car?
can say it yet, though.
Okay, well that's fine.
Well, we don't want to put anything out there, but
Right,
yeah, I mean,
Well,
right.
the charity car is going to still be a charity car.
it might
Right.
not
It
be the
just
same
might be
car.
the same car.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
my
car
car.
had some damage.
Yeah, it did.
Well, and when I was talking to Jeff later on that night when they were loading up, he was sitting there, Jeff's
Davis.
Dan's pit guy, Jeff Morrison. We were
Oh.
sitting there talking, and he's like, "I think it's only the cell," but that was underneath.
Preliminary
That was
report.
just a preliminary, and I was sitting there with that lick. I don't think it was the cell, brother.
Well, I don't think Dan would have a problem, but Drew's going to be in that car in late model.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
car.
Cool.
The red car. And they're going to have a different super sport car.
Right on.
Which is
Interesting. Will it be a
different from the
Schwartz?
same-
I'm sure it'll be a
It's
Schwartz.
gonna be a Schwartz,
Yeah, I
yeah.
figured as much with Norm over there in that camp.
They're just switching
yeah.
things around in the stables.
Well, I'll tell you one person that didn't have any damage was that Superman car, and it looked like
His cape might be a little frayed from the wind.
possibly, but that 525. I mean, he stretched the lead. What was the difference? 1.7 over Maya. Maya was again. He reeled him in. And then he got to a point where it was just the gap didn't change.
Right.
And I think at that point, either Rob's tires maybe went away, or
Rob was giving it everything he had. He was working hard.
I honestly think Rob ran out of time. I really do.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I didn't see a lot of progress being made.
I don't think he was going to get to Colin, and
I'll
even
agree
if
with
he did,
you.
he wasn't going to do nothing
I have
with
to
him
agree
because
with that,
Colin was good. And
But
Colin
we'll
was-
never know. I mean, that's just speculation. But
right.
you know.
But again, like what I was watching as we were
Yeah.
announcing that race was I saw Rob, and Rob did reel him in. That gap closed
yeah.
probably half.
But he got there to that point.
There was
and
that
then
point where the gap
kinda
didn't
stalled
change
out.
over the last
Right.
4, 5, 6 laps, whatever it
Go to
was.
the graph, Joel.
Yeah, the gap just didn't change a whole bunch, and both those guys were, I mean, all 4 or 5 of you guys in the top 5 were just, I mean, driving those cars. You couldn't have drove them any harder and kept them without damage. I mean, you look at...
See, the last 10 laps were...
Yep.
Yeah, he was on a mission.
Oh, he was.
He was on a mission. He was getting through the field pretty quick.
Yeah.
He was jumping that hole, and he was going.
He was. And literally, I mean...
Well, 15 laps, he went from starting position to third. Is
8th
that
to
right?
3rd.
8th to 3rd in
yes.
15 laps. That's pretty impressive.
But then him and Elliott got to racing, and this is what I mean. Not that they would have caught Weinberger, but I think this is the biggest thing that helped Colin win. When Elliott and Dybel got to racing, Colin had all that clean racetrack to work with,
yeah.
and that gap got bigger and bigger and bigger. And once Maya cleared Elliott, that gap shrunk. But then it got to that point where nothing happened.
Well,
I don't think Maya was going to catch him.
This
could've
graph
went-
looks like an EKG, and Colin Weinberger flatlined. That's a good thing, Colin.
On Saturday night it was.
It was. A heck of a run by him.
Well, and Trent Elliott too. I mean, you want to talk about a kid who last year he had some issues, and to come out to Strawberry Cup of all races, start second on the front row next to Weinberger, and finish third to Weinberger.
Yeah,
and
that was
Maya,
a good run.
with guys knocking at the door like Jeremy Shank. That says something right there.
Yeah. It was a great race, and you know it's been fun having Joey in the studio. Joey, let's talk
Sure
about
has.
the rest of the season. I know you've already mentioned you're going to Bud Nationals. We confirmed that I think early in the season you made that commitment to go down and run with that. I know you love that race. 2017, not just Willamette Speedway. What do you have any other plans? I know you're kind of committed towards the title, right?
I'm committed towards the title at Willamette. I will race Cottage Grove a couple times probably for the Lager Cup. I know there's a race there, and then I'll
Yeah.
probably run there again once. And I'm going to go to the Doug Walters Memorial race at Sunset since I
Yeah.
went last year.
Yeah, and I know that Doug meant a lot to you guys as kids growing up. You were in that area with those
Absolutely.
guys.
That was a big, humbling win last year. That's one of the biggest ones I've had just
That's
because
cool.
of the precedence of it. But
Yeah.
no, we're just going to run Willamette. I mean, and I'm going to go to Bakersfield, and I'm telling you right now, it's on, dude.
He's coming.
If Antioch was a precursor, it's on.
I love it. I love it.
Colin's
I
coming
can't
with
wait.
me, and
Yeah.
we're going to go, and we're going to take care of business.
So we know we have at least 2 working guys going. Is Colin bringing the late model?
Late model
Okay.
and mod.
He's going to bring
Yeah.
both?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, last year we saw Ferrando down there with...
Ferrando will be there. I'm going with Ferrando.
Okay, so you guys have split the gas. And
Yep.
Cool. Right on. So there's 3 Oregon guys we know that'll be there already.
Well,
that's
that's
good to
just-
know this.
that's-
Probably betting that Bryson will be there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've gone the last couple years and
Yep.
been fairly... I think
Let's
he
see
won
who else was there last
Jeremy
year.
Shank probably will go too.
Jeremy was there.
Not last year.
No, that
He
was
there.
Golden
No, he was
Desert.
there last year.
Yeah, he was.
Jeremy
Yeah, he
was
was.
there last
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Jeremy and Bryson were.
Yes, he
there.
was.
Yes, he was.
We had cameras mounted on his car. Yeah. We put a camera.
We got Vegas and Bakersfield.
We
to
put
kinda,
a brand new camera on Shank's car.
Oh,
and
that's
he
right.
destroyed the lens on the first lap.
yeah.
So
he didn't. But anyway.
right, it just happened. But
Yeah.
again, I want to say thanks for everybody listening here on Spreaker Radio, Northwest Dirt News from the Jetstream Aqua Massage Studio. We got about 30 seconds left in the show. We're going to hit the closing music and get on out. Joey, thanks for being part of the show. Doors open. Anybody who wants to come in and hang out with us, follow Joey's lead. Get on here. Let's talk racing, and we'll see you
Been
guys
fun tonight.
We'll see you guys at the races. I'm Corey Penfold for Joel Imamura and Warren Simpson and Joey Tanner. Thanks for listening tonight. We'll talk with you guys real soon.